Hello, welcome back to my channel, Intuitive Insights and Tarot by me. I'm Scott. So today I'm going to look at a pop performer from the 70s and 80s that was much loved by many people, John Denver. And I want to thank my friend Laura Greenwood in Alaska. She's the one who suggested that I take a look at John Denver. And I thought this was a good idea, so that's what I'm going to do. Before I begin, I would like to let everybody know that if you would like a personal reading from me, you should email me at, I'll put the link in the description. And my fee is up to 2 hours for $50 US. And I'll leave links to where you can, how you can pay me. And I offer a special deal if you purchase 4 readings that you can use anytime in the future, or you can give to your friends. It's only $180. So that's it's like a 10%, I believe, 10% savings. And right now my schedule's pretty clear. After the rush of emails that I got because of Janine talking about me on her show, things have kind of settled down now. So if you want, I can get you in pretty soon. Okay, I've only got a couple of people on my schedule for the next week. First, I'm doing something a little different today. I'm using Zoom, and I'm able to share my screen. And I was just doing a little bit of research on where is it? On John Denver. So this is his wiki page, and there's a lot of information here, so I'm just going to go through it briefly. So he was born Henry John Dusendorf Jr. He grew up in Roswell, New Mexico. His father was a captain in the United States Air Force. By the way, I'm going into this with no presuppositions about who he was or what he was or, anything like that. I'm completely open-minded. I'm just asking, actually, I'm going to ask him, Henry Dusendorf, to, we're going to contact his higher self and ask him if he would willingly give us answers about himself, his life, okay, his early life, his career. This is interesting that 33, where is it? 33 hit records. Where did I see that? Anyways, I'm not going to waste time on this. So, yeah, and I'm not saying that just because there was a 33 connected with his career that means anything bad. So, like I said, I'm coming at this with I have no prior judgment or ideas about who he was or what he was. I mean, I suspect that he didn't actually die like so many celebrities. It seems like so many celebrities went out of this reality for whatever reason. So just going to keep this simple, right? Henry Dusendorf, John Denver. First spread is going to be his early life, like before he got famous, growing up. Just take a general look around that. So, Henry Dusendorf, yes, we would like to justice for you. All right, but your early life, growing up, Roswell, New Mexico. That's an interesting place, and we would like you to communicate with us, whether you be dead or alive. We ask you to willingly participate with us. Lots of swords. So he incarnated in this life, definitely because he had a message to give. And if you know anything about his music, his life, he was about conservation. He was a humanitarian from all accounts. Um, he he promoted taking care of the environment and stopping hunger and things like that. Uh, that was his sole mission. That was the aim of all of his music, his films. He he was very independent in his thinking. As a child, he he was good with words and bringing ideas to people, bringing his message. He knew from a young age that that was what he wanted to do with his life. It's like something or someone really tried to stop him to ever become famous in the first place and start that career. It's almost like something in the background tried to prevent him. But this was a karmic thing. He was born to do this mission of his, which was bring songs and films to lift people up, get people to focus on nature and problems with humanity. Okay, because he did a lot of good in his life. So that was his life before he became famous. He was born to do it. Looks like somehow somebody tried to stop him at an early age. Okay, so now I'm going to take a look at his career leading up to when he kind of dropped out from the music world. And so this would be his career through the 70s and 80s. Was it all him, or was he being controlled some way, or was this all like organic and real? Okay, so once again, my question is, looking at his career, because a lot of pop stars were created by some outside force, whether it be the music industry or something like more mysterious. Okay, so let's take a look. John Denver's music career. Seems like it took, wow. It took him by surprise. He wanted to use his music as a teaching tool. So it looks like he persevered through. Remember when I told you that there was someone trying to stop him? That gave him like an inner strength to persevere and go on with it. He had an absolute faith in the universe. He's a very spiritual person, I believe. And he was passionate about his music, his songwriting. He wanted to bring balance and healing to the world. And his music, everything was authentic about his rise to fame. It wasn't manipulated. Even though we've got this Hierophant here, I believe that was his intentions to be a teacher. I know, like his song Calypso, I had a great love of Jacques Cousteau, and I always dreamed of being on a ship like that myself someday, sailing around the world and diving in the oceans all over the world. But that was his intention. He was a little bit torn though, because he was a human and he liked to drink. He got some DUIs, but he walked his own path. He did his own thing. But he struggled sometimes with the material world and with his higher ambitions. But in the end, he was himself. He was unique, and he had a great deal of integrity. Okay, so there was nothing in his musical career that was manipulated, or he wasn't forced to he was his own man. His career was all his, and he earned every bit of the fame and fortune that he got. Now I want to look at his death. I read about it. The plane that he was in was a homemade plane that was designed by Rutan. Rutan was a famous aircraft designer. The design itself is supposed to be one of the safest planes to fly. John Denver had over 2,000 hours flight experience. He did a thorough check of the aircraft before he took off. They think that he ran out of fuel, and there's a problem with the spare fuel tank that was over his shoulder, and he couldn't see the gauge. He had to use a mirror to see the gauge. That was one problem. He couldn't reach it. They put a vice grip on it to make it easier to reach. Still, he had to turn his body 90 degrees. So he had to completely turn his back, which made his right foot extend out, hitting one of the pedals that would cause the plane to yaw and pitch to the right. There were a lot of witnesses who say they saw this happen. Then the autopsy said that he had several blunt force traumas to his body, which were his causes of death. I went online and looked at his funeral, and you don't see his body. They didn't have an open casket, so it's not like we saw his dead body. So who knows? Who knows if that was really him in the autopsy? He had a lot of money. He could have paid somebody to do a fake. I keep dropping cards here. He could have paid somebody to do a fake autopsy. Could have found someone who was already passed away who looked like him, and with the injuries could have faked it. Anyways, we all know that if you want to fake your death, you could do it, right? So I'm asking John to tell us the truth. Did he really die on that day in a plane crash? Let's take a look. Yes. Shocking. I guess I don't have to do that. We've got the camera up here. Another case. Okay, so yes, John Denver died that day. And the way it happened was shocking for everybody. However, the character of John Denver, character he created, remember, because his name was Henry Dusendorf. He created John Denver. That was his performer name. Okay. That person died that day and shocked the world. And then he was reborn as somebody else. Vincent Fusca. I know a lot of people have said that John Denver is masquerading now as Vincent Fusca. A lot of people, I think, have put on the Vincent Fusca disguise, but it really looked like to me like John Denver was one of them. Did he come back as Vincent? So, yes. All right. So he wanted to help bring balance back, the divine feminine. I think he was a man who was very in touch with his feminine side, and he knew that the toxic, I should say the masculine, divine masculine, the anti-divine masculine, that's what's been in control of this world for the past couple thousand years. He wanted to bring back balance by channeling the divine feminine, or support, or being a supportive role in helping the divine feminine. That would bring justice and celebration back to the world. That was his wish. So he had to die as John Denver and come back in a new role where he's working with the Alliance, been working hard behind the scenes with the Alliance. To bring an end to the old world order, the old world order of the Archons. You know what I'm talking about. I don't want to say it too loudly. So yes, he died. John Denver died. The character of John Denver died, but then he was born again, came back, he remade himself. All right. Will we be seeing John Denver in the future? And like, will it ever be known? Will this truth about him and the other celebrities So many. Will they be coming out and letting the world know that they are not really dead? Elvis, Princess Di, Michael Jackson, Prince. So many, right? So many mysterious deaths. Jim Morrison. We know he came back as Rush Limbaugh, and then Rush Limbaugh died. But did Rush Limbaugh really die? Or is he just preparing for the climax to this movie? Okay, now we're asking all of these questionable deaths of celebrities. We'll be learning the truth about them soon. We're going to be they're celebrating now. Oh, look at this. Yeah, oh, they're all working together. Absolutely. It's going to be disappointing to some people because they're just going to be so shocked about it. But this is justice. It's a celebration. This is wishes coming true. So they're working. They've been working together and in behind the scenes with the alliance to make all this happen. It's going to really shake up some people. Some people are really not gonna. Some people are going to have a really hard time when they find out that everything they thought they knew was a lie. But this is the truth, and three things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth, as you know. But then you're going to have a lot of people saying that it's somehow fake. So even though you could have all these people come out on stage, all of them do a bunch of performances and tell their story about how they really weren't dead, there's still going to be people who don't believe it. So it's going to take a long time. It's going to take a long time for this to sink in for some people. It's not going to happen overnight. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed my video, and please like, share, and subscribe. And if you want a personal reading with me, my email is in the description. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.